Good night, fellow punchers. Mickey D back with you on Wednesday night. The clock on the wall says 9:02, way later than I had expected. But I was in Limerick again today. I decided this morning I'd head off and left before the bumper. And a bout of tiredness hit me before I got to Gort, and I had to pull in and I must sleep for an hour and a half. I suppose I knew it was going to hit me at some point. I thought I'd get home this evening, before a couple of days before Christmas, getting food ready and whatever, and then driving to Dublin Christmas Day, Stephen's Day, Limerick yesterday, Limerick today, and it was bound to catch up with me. And I was up all night one night with the bus doing a run. So when I get this done and up for ye, I'll be heading the nest. There'll be no racing tomorrow. I think it'll be a day of rest. It was a wet morning here. I had to check to see would Limerick be called off when I got as far as Tuam, but there wasn't near as much rain down there as around here. There was floods everywhere. You had to be careful on the roads for the first hour this morning driving. And it's the same this evening. It's raining from from Tuam back to here, and it's cold. Not near as big a crowd today as yesterday in Limerick. I met a lot of people, passengers off the bus. Met Martin O'Connor. He was on crutches. He's from Charleville. And Alan. I met Alan before when we were down for the Munster National, and they were saying Ryan Brennan, he backed that 50-1 shot that I tipped up, King Arthur's sword, that he was on holidays for a few months after it. Robert Deegan, I met him, and his nephew Alan. They're from 6 Mile Bridge, I think they said, in Clare. Rory Clifford is from Limerick. He was the guy that put up a few months ago that he does walking sticks. So if you put a link or an email or something in a message, people might be interested in one of them. I thought somebody was joking with me at the time, that hinting at me that I was getting to the age where I might need a walking stick. I need one this evening. I'll tell you, walking out of Limerick, the legs were a bit brittle. If I forgot anyone, I'll get them. Just I've written down there. The gold star of the day has to go to Trevor O'Doherty again. He tipped up that England last night at 17-2, and he said there was one for today. It was short, but it would win. That was after John. I actually doubled it with our jet. What was going on? Well done for that. There was a few good few winners put up today. Kens said Gentleman's Game was the one for the RSA. Dermot O'Brien had a grand double, 2 M's, Maxim and Mascada. Both were 5-1. Tom's bet was on Maximum as well. Tom Kelly from Listowel tipped up last night. Tom Jack William gave the reason why it was called that. And I was not too far away from a busload from Christie's Bar in Listowel, and they cheered that winner home as well. They were all on it. If I probably have some left out that I met yesterday or today. If I do, I'll get back to them. Newcomers on the bus the last few days. John Fletcher, Ian Beswick, he's in Manchester. Norman Roberts, Carl Owens is new. Chris Ryan, George Isaac, Peter J. Gowan, and Chris Wynn. You're all very welcome. And I'll look back when I get time to see did I miss anybody. We had but a so-so day. I was a bit disappointed with, but we'll see how the winner is in time. With a lot of joy in the first race. Looked all over winner. Probably traded long odds on in running. Got beaten then by a point to point. Got outstayed probably. Percival Legaloir, that was placed. That was tens last night. We had our Jet. That opened up at 5-1 yesterday evening. It was tipped up. It was 11-4 last night. I think it won at 13-8. Got the job done for the Skeletons, and that was four winners and a second today for the Skeletons. And Flash Chumzane looked like it was booked for a place but fell throughout. And time marches on. There was a power of money for that. That opened at 14-1 yesterday evening. It was third. So we didn't do too bad, and there was a bit of money made on the bus today. I haven't as much study done as I should have. Well, I have, but I haven't sorted. So you'll have to excuse me for that. I meant to do it. I'm later. There's a horse there. The street put it up there a few weeks ago because he had his eye in it, and we were talking about his Green Glory. That opened up at 4-1 this evening. It's gone into 15-8. Looks like this was the plot, because there's a big pot for this as a novice handicap hurl. People remember that this won a bumper in Punchestown. Ran as green as grass. He came right over nearly under the television. But it was behind Derry Linda, Tricard Bragg and Sandor Cleggan. Derry Linda actually won today, didn't it? But it's looks to be well handicapped. I think it's 111, is it, or 115? Let's scroll down and see. 111, and Young Burns taken off 5. There's 15,000 for the winner. They seem to be on the job for tomorrow. The 155 at Doncaster, Walking On Air. That was third the last time in to Romeo Brown. It was the day that we backed. Oh God, my mind has gone blank tonight. It was one I was sweet on, Harbour Lake. But that finished third that day. But it's out of Refinement. Refinement won at 3 miles. So the step up and trip to 3 miles looks like it's the right thing to do. And he have a couple of half brothers that ran at 3 miles as well. Just can't think of their names offhand, and I hadn't time to write them down. But there was a bit of money for that as well there. 7-4, 15-8. It was 9-4 not too long ago there with Bet365. We'd have got them prices earlier if I was home earlier, or if I hadn't to pull in. This was a horse as well that I thought won well enough the last day, Philipa Sue. It won in Hereford. As you can see, it was ran a few bumpers in Ireland. Third behind the West Awake, third to Castavetera, second to Colonel Mustard, second to Mayor Quimby. Then it went from John Kiley over to Graham McPherson, and then he joined forces with Fergal O'Brien. But it won well enough, I thought, the last. It stepped up and trip. Now it's back in trip today, tomorrow. It's back 3 furlongs. I preferred if it was the couple of furlongs extra, because that Miss T is a former point-to-point winner as well. But this is a big, strong mare. So let's see a bit of this.
As they turn towards 2 out, Merry Mistress, Corey's Courage, with Flying Nun, Bonnie Brazil, Philipa Sue in line behind them. Kay's Light's Effort may well have petered out, with Last of a Legend also on the retreat, and Laura Bullion well tailed off. There between the last 2 flights of hurdles, Merry Mistress and Flying Nun sticking to the inside. Philipa Sue coming there strongly on the outside. Then follows Corey's Courage, Bonnie Brazil and Kay's Light. They've got just over a quarter of a mile to go, and Philipa Sue and Keelan Woods will go clear on the turn into the straight. The always prominent Merry Mistress finds herself 4 lengths down in second. Corey's Courage another 4 lengths adrift. Then Flying Nun, Bonnie Brazil and Kay's Light. But it's Philipa Sue, who has patiently ridden for more than a circuit, who will jump the last clear of Merry Mistress with a furlong on the flat to go. Flying Nun is taking third from Corey's Courage, racing into the final. 110 yards. It's Philipa Sue, 5 lengths clear of Merry Mistress, and Philipa Sue goes on to win readily.
She went up £8 for that. Her main rival is the flying form today of the Skeltons, Miss T. But it died a death first run, like it won a pint in Ireland. But it died a death at 2 miles, and it just wasn't finishing strong, and it's not in the last run that it had, and it's just not that big of a horse. I just thought that was an angle for that race tomorrow. There's one more race on Forum, the 240. I had my eye on this the other day. We'll come back this each way because I think somebody tipped up Jesquil, and that was second in the Beecher since the 2 runs that came over from France. But this was went off 4-1 favourite, a big handicap the last year, but to second into Overdrive, and into Overdrive won the Ronald Merrick the other day. And Jesquil came from France, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 2 runs. Second and 8th for Ashtown Lad. 2 runs in that thing. But I didn't get a chance to look at the video of that race just to see. But this Dublin 4 made a howler of mistake the last day and went off 4-1 favourite in the Peter O'Sullivan Memorial, that good hurl race, or handicap chase. So then the 12 o'clock at Leopardstown, we have Arctic Ambition, but he's 5s into 100 to 30 with the green bouquet, 9 to 2 into 7 to 2 with 365. Now that's up £9 for win. We tried to back this 2 or 3 times over hurls lately, but the meetings were called off, and it's 86 over hurls. You can see why I was trying to get it 86, and it's 105 now. But it left Robert Tyner's yard. He's back training again. I thought he was retiring. And it won a handicap chase of 96. And he's 86. That's why I was trying to get him in over hurls. He fell the day that he was going best. You'll all remember that. I do. My pocket did as well. But anyway, I'm rattling on a bit too much. So anyway, hope you've had a great Christmas anyway, and I'll try and get a few bit of study in tomorrow for the next day. I don't know what's left during the week. There's good racing Saturday and Sunday, but I don't know about Friday. We'll see. Anyway, bash the bookies. Over and out.